day 20. I'm very tired. Last night I had an interesting night. My tent pole snapped in the middle of the night, so that was fun. I had to put a splint on it, and then I messaged Big Agnes and REI to see if there's some way I can buy like just the poles, because I don't see that online anywhere. So hopefully they get back to me today and I can like get them overnighted, because we're taking a 0 right before we go into the Smokies. So fingers crossed that we can make that happen. Other than that, today should be an interesting day. We're supposed to go over Cheoah Bald, which is right there, which is supposed to be a pretty gnarly climb, a mile up, pretty steep. Yesterday was 7 miles up, pretty steep. I don't know if I talked about that, but it was out of the NOC. Everyone talks about this climb being like one of the worst climbs. It was pretty tough, but the whole thing wasn't tough. Just like certain parts of it were. I would say like the last 3 miles were pretty tough. But the first 4 miles were not as horrible. Anywho, I'm gonna get this tent taken down. I will show you where I put the splint on, and then we'll get hiking. All right, so right here is where it snapped, and so I put the splint over it to hopefully help it stay together. Hopefully I can get tent poles soon. Yeah, so y'all can really see the crack right there. Jeez Louise, man. It's a pretty gnarly crack. So for some reason here, my audio stopped working on my headphones. I'm not really sure what happened to it, because it was working. I didn't really do anything to it. It didn't get wet. It didn't get crushed or anything. I really don't know what happened. But so basically there is no sound for any clips that I have my headphones plugged into, which is fun for me for editing. So anywho, basically here I'm talking about how we went up to Cheoah Bald this morning and just sat up there for about 45 minutes, hung out, really didn't do much. Gave some trail names to different people, met some new people, snacked, and just talked with all the peeps. Then I was a little nervous because we were going to be hiking 15 miles this day, and I was a little nervous because we were taking a lot of breaks, but that is the AT. So again, my audio is not working, so I'm gonna voice over here. This is when I was climbing up the climb out of Cheoah Gap. It is very steep, very tough, and I think I was just a little bit out of breath, so I decided to film some stuff for you guys. Here I'm showing you guys how steep it is. I was trying to show you where Spirit Fingers, aka Cheyenne, is, and then where the road was. Can't really see it through all the trees, but take my word for it, it was a very steep climb. It was pretty tough. And here I'm talking about how I can't always film stuff for you guys when I am going up steep climbs like this, just because it is pretty difficult to go up and down and grab the camera and not grab the camera. So I apologize for not being able to always film everything, but I am trying my best here. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. So, we are clearly not on trip. We are at a cabin. Today was rough, man. Today was rough. I found out my video sound hasn't been recording through my headphones. So any of those clips I gotta scrap or like voice over. My feet have just been hurting. We were trying to push a 15. I don't know why. Like I was influenced to do that. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just tired. Slept horrible. The tent thing. Big Agnes was not being very helpful. They were gonna help me replace it, but it was gonna take, they said 10 to 12 days for like them to send out the part, and like, I was like, 10 to 12 days, that means I have to go through the whole Smokies without a tent, which granted we have to stay in the shelters there, but like, what if the whole thing is full and then I don't have a tent to stay in? So that stressed me out, and just a lot of stuff. But yeah, so we're in a cabin. I'll tell you more about it in tomorrow's video though. For now, I'm gonna say goodnight, and I will see you all tomorrow.